So it's not been a great week for ADAM22, and I'm really glad that people are still honest, pressuring him and reminding him of the horrible stuff that we covered like way back, but stuff that, you know, the internet's known for a long time, the strange like blog post Adam wrote about grooming a 16-year-old or whatever.
Quick pause, guys, to remind you to please subscribe to the channel. We've been putting out daily videos. You know, we've been doing it for like months on end now. We always put out the content for you guys, especially if you're watching. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps us, so we really appreciate it.
Hell yeah. You know, a lot of people forget about that. Some people remember it. I'm just glad to see him get some pressure, right? Because he had this really awful take when Dylan Danis was getting sued by Nina Agdal. He was like, that's what you get for slut shaming. Haha. Wow. Laughing at it. Really?
That's like the point we're at where now like you deserve to be sued if you slut shame. Like that's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and for committing what crime? Posting publicly available pictures? Like really? Like now we're celebrating this and championing it? Right. Well, maybe Adam's just doing this for attention, but he got the wrong type of attention, and you can tell because he actually hid the reply that he got, which was somebody pointing out, so what do you get for grooming? You know, pointing this blog post out that we covered, again, a while ago. Our video actually got removed. It's on Rumble now.
Yeah, I remember it very, very vividly because it got struck down by some probably malicious actor who didn't want us to see the horrible blog post where he admits to grooming a 16-year-old into sex when he was like 25, so.
Yeah, it's pretty bad too, and I just like the fact that even though he hid the tweet, it still almost ratioed him, right? And they even write here, just in case you gotta skip all the bullshit. First of all, they covered the fucking revenge porn that was on it.
It's pretty much revenge porn.
Yeah, and then they point out, oh, here's the article with here's the paragraph with the 16-year-old, all right? Now, any of the math inclined out there probably reading this and thinking something like, she's 19 now, you were 23 then. How old was she then? Well, she was 16, but come on, man, look at her. She's 18 or 19 in most of the pics here, but she did... Most of the pics, by the way.
Wow, but she didn't look much different at all then. If statutory rape is wrong, then I don't want to be right. That's just the greatest.
Thank you, Adam. The poet of our lifetime right here. Holy shit.
Incredible.
Now, I could make the argument that the age of consent is 16 in Canada, although I'm sure that traveling from America to Canada to have sex with a minor is still illegal as hell. But really, fucking argument. She was stupid hot, and I wanted in. Wow. He wanted inside.
Yeah, just as a reminder, like the whole thing here is that he was grooming her over the phone, talking really, really sexual with her, and then he like basically stopped talking to her for a couple years, but then came back and was like, hey, remember our hot, sexy phone calls when you were 16? So it's definitely grooming. I mean, it's textbook grooming. So, but
yeah, really great stuff there.
He's had a pretty bad week all around, not just in this. So he also got confronted by Pearl, you know?
That's right, you know, Pearlythings. You know that meme where it's like the worst person you know makes a great point, that type of meme? That's how I feel when I see Pearlythings own ADAM22, right? Because it's like, come on, Pearl, she's had her own week of awful takes that we might get to at the end of the video. But, you know, she did, I have to give her some credit. She stomped Adam, and everyone even agreed with Pearl here, right? So she just put out a generic tweet, you know, her usual type of content, right? Where she just poses the statement here. What do we do with these OnlyFans whores once they're broke whores no one wants to marry in 15 years? Just an average Pearl tweet. Nothing really to say here.
Attention bait, you know, of course. Right?
Yeah, exactly. But then, for some reason, Pedo22 decides to jump in here and start a fight with her, right? And he loses, which is just
embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't even know how.
Embarrassing.
Pearl, by the way, the person everybody hates, whereas you have Adam, the guy that promotes degeneracy, you know, sex, all kinds of just smut and grossness, the stuff that people on Twitter usually like.
Right.
For some reason, though, they decided Adam sucked here, and I have to agree with the mainstream on this one. He said, no offense, but you should be more worried about nobody wanting to marry you right now. Oh, shit. So how does Pearl respond? How does Pearl respond to this random shot from Pedo22? Well, she says, your definition of marriage is letting another dude bang your wife on camera. People like you are ruining the sanctity of marriage. It's an insult to people that actually take marriage seriously.
And holy shit, did she just ratio the fuck out of him, Timmy? Look at that.
Yo, I've never seen a Pearl tweet with this many likes before.
Yeah, 33 million views with 30,000 likes. I mean, that's almost like botted levels of likes, how fucking insane that is. But that's like 10 times the amount he even got. Everyone just loved it.
Yeah, everyone just came here to say, you know what, Pearl, rare Pearl W.
Yeah, this is complete win.
So Adam22, or sorry, Pedo22, he responds. And he says, I am happily married with children. You are an unwed sinner with no suitors. You will die alone in a bingo hall.
I mean, Pedo22 is just demons just come out and trying to just, you know, attack her, but it's just so disgusting and pathetic. I mean, really?
Now, why is he getting so mad here?
Yeah.
You know, you'll die. You're gonna die alone, bitch. Okay, Adam, chill out. You know, it's just some Twitter back and forth. It shouldn't be that serious, but he got mad.
Yeah, he got very mad. Calling her a sinner is a very funny little comment coming from literally the guy who basically checks off every evil sin in the book and also does it daily, like as much as possible. So, I mean, it's just hilarious coming from you.
Yes, Adam. I've never see Adam call somebody an unwed sinner before. That's just insane.
Wow.
So Pearl responds and says, I didn't know marriage was cucking out your wife at the expense of your children. If that's what marriage is, then I'd rather die alone. Why do people like you get married? Why insult religious people by making a mockery of the sacrament? Yeah. So again, just schooling Adam there. Why do people like you get married? That's a great question.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just no
What's
reason.
even the point from Adam's perspective? Like,
there's no reason. They have no like meaning behind it at all. It's just totally useless.
So Pedo22 responds and says, we got married because we plan on spending the rest of our lives together. If it offends religious people, that's a huge plus for me though. So awesome to hear that.
Yeah, and then nobody cared. I mean, he got like 800 likes and 1 million views. Nobody gave a single fuck about this tweet.
Yeah, what is this? 700 likes?
Yeah, everyone
really?
is just like, you are just so useless and just ridiculous, which it is. I mean, this is just the most cancerous rage bait tweet of all time that just has no meaning whatsoever. But that's pretty much everything in Adam's life. No meaning, just like his marriage and his wife. So
yeah, it's really just surprised. So funny to me. He comes at it from the whole like, you know, oh, fuck religious people perspective, which again, you would think Twitter would like because Twitter is just full of people that shit on religion, right? But again, people see an ADAM22 tweet, they're not taking it seriously.
No.
When people see ADAM22, they do not see a serious, cool guy, the guy that he used to be portrayed as, like the macho guy with the podcast and the rappers. He's down with the hip hop. He's got his shop and stuff. Cool, tough guy. No, they see a pussy when they see ADAM22. So Pearl, taking full advantage of that, decides to respond and says, it's actually disgusting that you set out to offend religious people who take marriage seriously. It's a sacrament, Adam, a promise to God. Notice how he says we plan on spending the rest of our lives together instead of we will spend the rest of our lives together. Just fucking dunked on him.
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, his plans, basically Adam's plans are just so useless. I mean, he did make a plan on a podcast before to say that he would never let his wife sleep with another man because he doesn't need the money. He's already rolling in it. And even she, like, there was a question they asked, like, are you ever going to sleep with another man? She said no first. She was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But, you know, that plan obviously didn't work out. It went up to the shitter in, you know, 2 months into their marriage, right? So, you know, I don't think that when you just say you're planning to stay married, it doesn't mean anything to you, Adam. I mean, that's just useless.
You know, a little bit of a side point, right? I always notice these guys that sort of promote like polyamory or just cuckery. I mean, polyamory. Let's just call it for what it is, cuckery, right? Even guys that I actually like and respect somewhat, like Destiny or whatever, right? You can tell, like, I always like love when they promote this idea, and then the woman involved in the situation is the one that's more hesitant than the guy, like forwardly, right? Because Destiny will talk about polyamory and stuff, and then there's clips of him and his wife Melina talking, and she's like, I don't really know if I want to like sleep with a bunch of dudes in Miami. And Destiny's like, what do you mean? You can get on your phone right now and have like any dude you want. Like, isn't this fucking awesome? Isn't this great?
So it's like when we would argue and I would say, Mel, you probably just don't want to fuck anybody right now. And you're like, no, I really do. I just don't have anybody. And I'm like, bro, you can find guys in 50 million different areas of life. How can you?
Are they any good? No.
Doesn't matter. You then cycle through them. Then go try some out.
Have you seen what the guys look like in Miami?
Bro, half these guys will cheat anyway. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, sure. But why would I want to have someone that is a monogamous person that gets really jealous, that might be a dickhead?
Okay, that's fine.
Shut up. What if they're what if they're an anti-fan of you? What if they hate you?
Who cares?
Let's say that they take a picture of us f***ing, and then they post and said, I fucked Destiny's girlfriend.
Good for him. Congratulations.
No, it's not good. It's shit. Okay? I'm scared of that. I don't like that.
And the girl is the one that's like,
I don't really know.
I don't know if I'm as into this as you are. It's a very strange situation. I'll play a clip just for context very shortly. But yeah, again, this lifestyle just doesn't work. It just doesn't make any sense, and everybody knows it.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely gross. I mean, it's damaging to you as a person. Every day you have to wake up and remember it. Every time Adam makes a tweet, they post the black dude that fucked the shit out of his wife like in every reply, just constantly.
Yeah.
So he can't even exist on the internet without just constantly being humiliated. It's just horrible.
So it goes on. Pearl continues to tweet, why is a man who loans his wife out trying to lecture me on marriage? 46,000 likes. She's
Somehow.
just solo tweeting now at this point.
Yeah.
And everybody's like celebrating her. And again, Twitter hates Pearl,
Yes.
but not here.
No, they love her here.
Yeah, this is the takeaway of this video, right? If you're a lolcow, just go after ADAM22.
Yeah.
You'll automatically win.
I mean, that's completely...
Oh, wow, this picture. Okay, sorry, what were you about to say?
I was going to say, I mean, that's completely true because if you think about the tier list, right? Like you have H3 and Pearl. We talked about them the other day or the other week. H3 stomped out Pearl into the ground, but then Pearl stomps out ADAM22 into the ground. So what does that make him? I mean, this picture here clearly shows just how disgusting he is, obviously.
This is just unnecessary violence at this point. Really? Yeah. This is deserving of the holy sacrament of marriage? And then she tags him with this from his porn or whatever. And you see his fucking demonic face or whatever.
Yeah, it's just nasty.
It's just terrible. She goes on to say, the worst part about ADAM22 is what he promotes is actually going to leave these women miserable. I interview OnlyFans models all the time. They generally have zero savings, zero plan, and zero dating prospects if things go south, which is probably true.
Yeah.
So Pedo22 has one final shot. Let's hear it. He says, Pearl chose podcasting and tweeting over getting married and starting a family. Fortunately, she will have Candy Crush and a bunch of cats to comfort her in her old age.
Wow.
But Pearl responds and says, at least I didn't choose porn over marriage and a family like your wife. Now, how many likes do you think this tweet got?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe just a couple thousand, something like that.
137,000 likes. Like everybody was like, fuck Adam. This is great.
Yeah. And this is also like her least wordy tweet. This is just one sentence. She wasn't even like going off.
All she has to say, you do porn.
Yeah, you do
Your
porn.
wife fucks black dudes. Instantly wins.
He just is humiliated for all of time. It's just how is this possible?
It's so crazy, man.